Hello and welcome to DXC Discover with me, Josh Green. In this podcast series, we get to travel around DXC Technology and find out what is going on. In this episode, I get to talk to my friend David Gibson about the DXC Technology Dandelion Program. So sit back and relax and enjoy DXC Discover. David, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, Josh?
I'm all right, thanks. I'm all right. So, look, I'm on this journey of discovery around DXC Technology, and I'm very interested in the Dandelion Program. I know you're involved in it, so I thought we'd have this little kind of podcast chat about the Dandelion Program. So, first things first, I think, is probably just tell everyone a bit about you and how you got involved in the Dandelion Program.
Absolutely. So, for those that don't know me, I'm the UK Dandelion lead. If you don't know what the Dandelion Program is, this is DXC's Autism at Work program. And the whole purpose of the program is to recruit people from the autism community and give them the opportunity to have a successful IT career. The way that I got involved in the Dandelion program is we wanted to introduce the program to the UK. So the program was established in 2014 in DXC Australia, and they've developed. Yeah.
Right. So it was in Australia.
So it started in Australia.
Right.
They're really forward with their kind of social value strategy, and they introduced the program back in 2014.
Is the UK, sorry to interrupt, is the UK the second country, or has it gone into other countries since Australia, or is the UK only the second?
So after Australia, UK is indeed the second country, and we are now expanding the program across both EMEA and APAC regions.
Right.
And we're looking at other countries where we can further expand the program, which is really exciting.
Oh, wonderful. And tell me a bit about you then as well. How long have you been in DXC, David?
So I actually joined DXC on the graduate scheme back when they were Hewlett-Packard Enterprise.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and I started in project management actually. So my original career aspirations was to go down the project management route, and I spent a couple of years doing project management.
Right.
But then going through my kind of career journey, I kind of explored a few different areas. I went into a pre-sales role where we were supporting clients with their digital transformation strategies by running discovery workshops, and that gave me a real insight into the actual work that we're delivering to our clients, which was really inspiring and really insightful.
Yeah, excellent.
And then
go on, sorry, tell me.
And then moving on from that, I went into becoming a early careers people manager. So I really leveraged the experience that I had on the program myself, and actually got to sit on the other side of the coin and actually manage the graduates and apprentices coming through on our early careers program, which I've really enjoyed, and it's really built up my leadership skills and my chance to develop our next generation of people within DXC.
Wonderful. So the Dandelion Program then, am I right in saying that you've had one kind of cohort of people already then?
So we're actually on cohort 2. So we introduced cohort 1 in 2021. This was kind of like a pilot to see how we could bring this framework over to the UK. Mm-hmm. And then we introduced cohort 2 last year, mainly focusing in Erskine. And then we're actually introducing cohort 3 later on this year, which is really exciting. So the program is expanding in the UK.
Wow. And so what happens then? How do you recruit the people? What kind of support do they get when they come in? What kind of jobs do they, I mean, it's a lot of questions, but what kind of jobs do they do? Just paint the picture for me. What's kind of, what's the journey really?
So let's start with the recruitment, because the first thing to let you know is that we've really transformed the way that we recruit our autistic candidates. We've moved away from the traditional way of interviewing our candidates with a panel, because one of their biggest fears is sitting in front of a panel of people and trying to talk about themselves. Yeah. So what we've done is we've completely adapted the recruitment process to basically be more neurodiverse friendly and meet their requirements. And the way that we attract applicants to to the program, we try and be as organic as possible. So first of all, we rely heavily on friends and family of DXC employees, but then also we work closely with autistic organisations across the UK, both local and national organisations who help with employment of autistic people, and we've had great success working with these organisations, and quite a lot of our applicants have come through working with these different organisations. We have a whole range of roles. So we have more technical roles. We have some roles in the build center, which is where we build and develop the devices that are sent out to our clients. We have PMO roles. So there's a whole variety of roles that try and match the various strengths that autistic people can bring to the job.
Right. Okay. And so it does the program. So you mentioned about the cohort 1, 2, and 3 coming this year. So is there a set kind of length of time, and what kind of support do the people get then as well?
Yeah, so the program is a 2-year structured program that goes through a series of milestones that allows the candidates to build that confidence and self-awareness and determination and independency to become a regular DXC employee. What makes the program so unique is the support that comes from what we call the autistic support consultants, so sometimes often called ASCs. These are specialized support people who come from backgrounds of working in maybe like therapy or consulting autistic people, and their job is to provide a supportive environment and safe environment for our autistic candidates, and they help build their executive functioning skills. So these are skills that help them in their day-to-day work life, such as how to manage their time, how to keep themselves organized, how to deal with talking and communicating with people. They also help build their interpersonal skills, so gaining their confidence in communication and teamwork and collaboration. But also their life skills as well. So
Yeah.
some autistic people might be struggling with things like finance, and they might not have the support mechanism around them from their families and their homes. So we try and provide a whole 360-degree support for these individuals.
Yeah.
And the idea is that we come up with strategies to help reduce their anxieties, their stress, and their resistance to change within the workplace, and provide them enough support across the 2 years to build up that independence, so they then have a whole range of strategies and processes that they can follow to try and figure out how to deal with it themselves when they're in the independent work. But from the get-go, we want to treat them as regular DXC employees, so they're embedded into real teams delivering real work for our clients.
Yeah.
So we don't want to treat them differently in that way. It's just the wraparound of support that they get.
Support. Yeah. And tell me then about there must be loads of successes as well then. I mean, I guess, you see these people, because you see them from when they come into DXC, you see them kind of, I guess, I mean, paint the picture for me, but I guess they flourish and
Absolutely.
suddenly, just because I guess it's part of it's just that kind of opportunity, isn't it? And the support that's there that just, allows people just to kind of blossom, isn't
Yeah.
it?
So for a lot of these candidates, they've never managed to stick down a job before, and it could be for various reasons. And as you say, it's about opportunity. We've given them the opportunity, and I think the biggest success that I love about the program is just seeing how they progress and develop their various different interpersonal skills. And we've got candidates that before applying for the program would never have had the confidence to talk in front of a group of people, collaborate as a team, um, take accountability for the work that they do. And we're
Yeah.
now seeing exact examples for this. We've got one candidate that's now training up other people in his team. He's now got the confidence to take the knowledge that he's gained and train other people up, because he's now confident that he knows what he's doing and he can pass that on. We've got other candidates that have gained qualifications that they would have never have had if they weren't part of the program.
Yeah.
2 of them have now got UX qualifications and now fully certified in UX, which is user experience. We've had some go through like the AWS practitioner certification and gaining technical qualifications. So there's a lot of learning and development that they would have never have got if they weren't part of the program. And it's just great to see how much they're flourishing and gaining confidence in themselves.
Yeah. Wonderful. And let's talk about lessons then. So what lessons, you've been involved in the program? What kind of, maybe, maybe it's lessons for other companies, etc. But what lessons have you kind of, key points you would say that you've learned through your time with your involvement with the program?
I think the biggest lesson that I learned is we introduced the Dandelion program in the UK at the height of lockdown, and DXC was fully virtual at this point in time. And we were taking a framework from Australia that was adapted in an office environment where you're face to face, and there's a lot of benefits of providing that support on a face to face basis. So we had to adapt this framework in a virtual environment. So we've worked hard to utilize technology to provide the support that we need. One of the softwares that we use is called Life Sherpa. This is a remote support assistance tool, and basically it provides a remote connection between the candidates and the autistic support consultant that they're paired up with. And a really great function of this tool is if they're really struggling with anything, it could be work related, it could be personal related. If they've got stress, anxiety, they can change their user status. There's a traffic light system.
All
If they're
right.
green, yeah, it's really awesome. So if they're green, it means everything's going okay. They don't need any support.
Yeah.
If they change themselves to yellow, it means that they're upset about something, they're struggling with something, but they don't necessarily need immediate support, but they might need support whenever the ASC is free. Red is that they're really struggling with something and need immediate support, and it just gives that direct support line between the two, and it allows them to provide immediate remote support, which has been really beneficial for the candidates. So there's also been quite a few cultural lessons that have been learned. So the way that the program is run in Australia, we've had to adapt to a UK environment. We're structured a little bit different within the UK in terms of the organisation, and the way that our management structures is different. So we've kind of had to adapt to the way that the organisation runs within the UK, and it just shows that, like, although you can have a really good framework for something, like, you do have to adapt to the different markets, and we're experiencing the same with Poland and Bulgaria. So there's been some interesting lessons learned when we rolled out in
And are you going back and forth as well? Like, have you got lessons learned? Are you sharing those with Australia, or is Australia sharing those with you? Do you have a kind of like a conflab every, I don't know, 6 months or a year, and say, hey, we learned this, and actually, is that happening as well?
Yeah, so we capture all our lessons learned centrally. So we have kind of like a Teams folder where we capture lessons learned and we share it with the other regions. And we're always feeding back improvements, and some improvements that we've driven in the UK and in the rest of EMEA, they've then adapted in Australia as well. So we're all kind of like working together to try and improve the program. And it's about continuous improvement. We're always going to be taking on feedback, doing research, and it's all about getting feedback and creating the right support structure.
It's a wonderful program. And let me just, as we close, let me just ask a question. How do people get involved? If they wanted to be an ASC, or if if they've got a family member that's that could potentially be a good candidate for the program, is there contacts to get is it contact you, or what?
Absolutely. So I'm the main point of contact for the Dandelion program. If you've got family members that are interested in applying, I can share the links to register your interest. But our applications for this year aren't live yet, but we've got a registration of interest link at the moment where people can register their information, and then they'll get contacted when our job applications go live. If you're an employee who wants support, we can offer support. We offer autism awareness training, which is a lot of people have found very beneficial. So if you're working with autistic employees or you're managing an autistic employee, this training's been really beneficial. And we run this training on a monthly basis. So reach out to me if you want to sign up to the training. And we're also looking for mentors as well. So we want people that are experienced within the organization to share their experience and their journey, and mentor these candidates so that they have someone to aspire to and learn from. At the end of the day, it's a learning program. So
absolutely,
any way that they can learn more about
and I guess it's
in the business.
And I guess it's rewarding as well. If you're a mentor, it'd be really rewarding, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so it works both ways. The mentor is also gaining a lot. As well, absolutely.
Wonderful, David. It's been wonderful talking to you, my friend. Thank you very much for doing this.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me along, Josh.
Okay, and I shall continue my journey into discovering DXC. But it's very interesting, the DXC Dandelion Program. Thank you very much for it, David. Thank you very much. All right,
no worries.
Cheers. Bye.
Thank you very much.